Why can you buy Google stock but not the internet itself? The answer lies in a strange kingdom of cats. Once upon a time, in a kingdom of cats, the citizens lived in separate castles. Inside those castles, cats wrote letters, painted pictures, and sang songs. That was information. But a beautiful painting that no one sees, or a wonderful letter that no one reads, means nothing. The cats needed a way to share information with one another. So the system of magic horses was created to carry information across the kingdom. Letters filled with information were carried by these horses from castle to castle. They did not care what the letters said. They only looked at the addresses so they could deliver each one to the right place. To keep the horses from getting lost, guards stood along the roads and pointed them in the right direction. And just like that, information began to flow across the kingdom. At first, the cats only sent letters to one another, but soon they wanted more, movies to watch, and giant libraries from around the world to read. And so the great plazas began to appear, places already filled with movies, books, and music for crowds of cats. Now a cat only had to send a horse to a plaza, fetch what it wanted, and bring it back. The more cats gathered in those plazas, the richer their owners became. So in this kingdom, if you want to invest, you can only buy a corner of a plaza. In other words, a stock. But the system of magic horses running across the whole kingdom is shared infrastructure. No single owner or individual can truly own it. Beside the internet kingdom, there's another magical kingdom, the kingdom of Bitcoin. Right at its center stands a giant mountain of fish containing exactly 21 million bags of fish. That is, Bitcoin. Each bag has a unique certificate attached to it. Whoever holds that certificate is the owner. When a cat wants to send a bag of fish to another cat, the owner only needs to write a short note. Transfer fish bag number 1234 to you. But how do you transfer the fish certificate safely? So the kingdom built the Golden Road, a road system run collectively by all the cats and owned by no one. The note and the fish certificate travel along this Golden Road. Along the way, there are special guards. Unlike the guards in the Internet Kingdom, who only point the way, these guards check the fish certificate and stamp it to confirm the new owner. And here's the magical part. The bag of fish never moves. It stays right there on the mountain. Only the certificate changes hands, and no one can deny it or forge it. What is interesting is that anyone who helps guard the Golden Road also earns part of the fish transfer fee. So the more cats use this road to send fish, the more volunteer guards show up to protect it, and the safer the road becomes over time. And as the whole kingdom grows to trust the road and use it to exchange fish, more cats are willing to pay a higher price to own those certificates. Owning Bitcoin simply means holding the certificate to one specific bag of fish on the mountain. This story is really about two very different ways to invest. In the first kingdom, you cannot buy the internet itself. You can only buy a corner of a plaza, which means buying stock in a company like Google or Netflix that operates on the internet. Your return depends on whether the people running that company do a good job. But in the second kingdom, the rules are completely different. Bitcoin is not a company, and it has no single owner in charge. When you buy Bitcoin, you directly own the bags of fish, the base asset that the entire Golden Road was built to protect. So what would you rather own? A corner of a plaza or one of those 21 million bags of fish?